Got to love you, got to love you, yeah, got to love you, 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 baby, got to love you, 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 yeah, got to love you, got to love you, got to love you, got to love you. Girl, me no stay like them when they will put you down. Me rather lift you way up high up off the ground. Enough of them fake, them are no king or clown. Only thinking about themself alone. Listen me key now, baby, telling me how me sound. Run away them little boy, they will lose up round me alone. I make you start to moan and groan. Come here and your love strong like a stone girl, cause
I'd do anything I could for you my only.
See the girl.
I'm gonna flip the script on ya and you don't even know me. Cause I don't even wanna fight.
I don't wanna fight, girl.
I ain't even gonna fight it.
Got to love you, 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 got to love you. Girl, I'm me alone, I give you security. I'm not just talk for mine, you. Me alone, I give you the remedy to set you free. Some boy just want to hide you. That's why.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Austin Bullocks History in the Making, episode 56. And today's a pretty cloudy day for Sunday, but it's still a beautiful Sunday morning and afternoon as well. Now, people, I know 2 days ago was a very sad day, Remembrance Day. Now, before I go on, I just want to let everybody know that it's very sad because every single time on that date in that month, you just think about that. You think about what those poor soldiers had to go through in order to save our country, our beautiful Canada. And I mean, it's very heartbreaking when you think about the sacrifice that all those soldiers had to do in order to do that. I mean, they had to face other countries, killing each other, everything. You know, we had 3 world wars, and at least it's gone now. At least it ended, but at the same time, it'll never be forgotten. That's the one thing I'm going to say. But today, I'm going to give you very few topics because, to be honest with you, we have a speech to be saying right now. I have a Remembrance Day speech I wrote myself, and I'd be very proud to read this. So, here we go. Today's important speech is about Remembrance Day. Now, we all know the stories our families told us. About WW1 and WW2, which meaning World War I, World War II. Well, as we all know, as we all knew, that meant 2 wars happened, where Canada and other countries, like, for example, maybe Korea and Russia, and many more and many more that risked their lives just to save one another's country, even though we pretty much agreed with Canada the most. Because with Canada, we know the truth about Canada. We know that Canada, everybody, is the most beautiful country in the world. We just know that. I mean, it's the best country you can ever possibly live in. And about everybody hating Toronto, I gotta be honest with you, they're stupid. All because of a couple of stupid things that can be fixed. Now, the one thing I want to tell you all is, before I go on with this speech, is that just don't ever hate Toronto. Don't ever hate Canada. Canada is the best country you could ever live in your life. That's one thing I'm going to tell you right now. Canada will always be the best, no matter what you say. As I was going on, is that, and many more were risking their own lives to save each other's countries, where there were human bodies splattered and killed everywhere, where there were guns going off constantly, and bombs blowing each other up. I mean, wow, that's harsh, guys. That is harsh. You know, nobody should like war. Nobody should like war. because you know what, war is a terrible thing. No matter what purpose you're doing, it's a terrible thing, guys. It's very terrible. You're killing another one's life. You could die. God damn it, man. But I'll go on. And the families who couldn't leave their house and were worried on a daily basis for their loved ones who didn't even have a choice to be in the war or not, and risking his life to save a country that another is trying to take over. Wow, yeah. And they're lucky because of how bad the war is, if they even survive it, because 95% of the soldiers die most of the time in the war. 95% of them do, and that's a true fact. And are dead pretty much, and 20% of them get to go home to their families. Now, that is true because almost on the news when we did have the war, you almost heard every single day that there was another soldier from Canada dead from let's say Afghanistan and stuff like that. You know that on CP24 in the morning or at any time in the afternoon. Oh yeah, there was a lot of bad wars, I'll tell you that. But yeah, but thank God the war has finally ended after three wars. Like, really had to take this long for the rivalry to end. And believe it or not, but we did have a World War III. And it all started because of 9/11, and it took now 11 years to end it. Yes, people, we did have a World War III. We did. Think about it. After 9/11 happened, that's when it started going crazy again. Our country was getting threatened by Afghanistan to blow up our CN Tower. Now, I want to say one thing to you. There was a World War III, like as I said a few minutes ago. Why do you think you've seen so much soldiers of our soldiers on the television dead? Why do you think? Because it was a World War III. Pretty much was a World War III. You gotta know that because it's true. World War III. But hold on, let's go to the next page. Here's the last page of the speech. But now, since the war is finally over, we still need to represent for three most important things, and those respecting the fallen soldiers who died to try and save our country, and they're known as heroes, which is true. And God for using all his power and love to stop the war finally. I thank God every day for that now. Very muchly. And I respect the poppy that represents November 11th, 2011. And I most proudly to been reading you this great speech that I wrote myself. And please never forget those who died and survived to save this beautiful country. From President Austin Bullock, Greens from Graves One Productions. Alright, that's done. But I really hope everybody knows the meaning to that speech, because it's very important that everybody knows that meaning. It's very important because we're safe, we're lucky. They're not so lucky risking their lives like that. And it's really sad, yes. But I'll say one thing to you. I respect them more than anything for everything they've done. Everything. And I'm going to tell you one thing. I still respect them so much. But anyways, guys, we're going to get you for a good topic. And here's the topic about Keep Our Land Green campaign. Now, Keep Our Land Green campaign has been doing pretty well so far, still. And coming, let's look at the date here. Coming November 15th is going to be our, well, so-called Keep Our Land Green campaign speech. You know, talking about what our ideas, what we're still going to do for the next few months, what's been going on, everything, and why, what's the purpose of it, you know, everything like that. But the one thing I'm going to say to you guys is that if you guys want to check out the new Keep Our Land Green YouTube, please go to www.youtube.com/user/greenera100. Okay, and if you want to see the website, please go to www.wix.com/grace1production0/greenera.webs.com. Okay, and yeah, but it's been doing really well lately, and we're gonna start getting more work done and stuff like that. Okay, anyways guys, gotta go, and we'll talk to you later, and see you for episode 57 on Monday for History in the Making. Okay, thank you, bye bye.